boys and girls, it's Mrs. Ferguson. Welcome to week 2 of distance learning. So in your grammar, I noticed that you have to learn about adjective suffixes. So I want to help you out with that. So I'm going to do a quick little lesson on it, and I hope it helps you. If not, feel free to text me or email me. Okay, so we're going to start out with adjectives and suffixes. So adjective suffixes. Suffixes are a letter or group of letters added to the ending of a base or root word to change its meaning. The following adjectives are formed by adding a suffix. So remember, adjectives describe nouns, and so these are base words that could be nouns or could be verbs, but when we add the suffix to it, it changes the meaning. So the first one we see here is the suffix full, which we'll be adding to the end of the word. So when I'm looking at full, I'm like, what does it mean? So it means full of. So I'm going to put full of. Now I have to think, what are some examples of the suffix full? So I'm like, oh, I know. What about beautiful? And I know that means like full of beauty. What if I said helpful? Full of help. So we add full to beauty and full to help to create new words. Now they're adjectives. That beautiful flower bloomed in the spring. The helpful student helped with the jobs in the classroom. So your next one is going to be us. So that means having qualities of. Having qualities of. So I'm, what does that really mean? Well, if I'm thinking of some examples, I could say, what about gracious? What about cautious? What about fabulous? And then I look, having the qualities of, having the qualities of grace, having the qualities of caution. So you're careful about this. Maybe the cautious kitten did not jump over the ledge. The gracious student thanked his friend for helping him. So these are now adjectives because we added the suffix to them. Then we have the suffixes able and able, and I kept them in the same category. So able and able mean capable of being. So capable of being. And so what that means is we could say, hey, what about preventable? And that would have the able at the end of it. Predictable. Predictable. What about responsible or reversible? And those have the ibles at the end. So you're capable of reversing something. You're capable of being like responsible for something. You're capable of preventing something from happening. So those are the adjectives that we created from able and able. And the last one you see is some. So some means a tendency to. It can also mean characterized by a specific thing, quality, state, or action, but we're just going to go ahead and put a tendency to. And so when I think of those and I try to think of examples, I'm like, what about tiresome? Oops, and that M is like really crazy. What about wholesome? What about lonesome? What about worrisome? So we could say like the worrisome child was worried that something might happen. That probably wasn't that great of an example. But worrisome, you have a tendency to worry. Lonesome, you have a tendency to be lonely. Tiresome, you have a tendency to be tired. So it changes those meaning, but it also creates those adjectives using a suffix. So now they become adjective suffixes. Hope this helped.